Interesting little buckle I just pulled out. Searching a section here in my favorite place. And I did get a coin out of here and a couple of really good pieces of pottery that I'm going to show you in 2 seconds. Just a couple more cool pieces that I thought I'd videotape real fast. Look at this guy. It's like a green glass. I'm gonna say it looks like the outside edge of a buckle, but I have no idea. It's really nice cobalt blue. This is why you have to edit stuff. I just called something clearly white cobalt blue. My hand cream and a little bit of blue willow. Some really cool designs on it. This thing's pretty wild. I've not seen one of these. Well, I just picked up this piece that looks like a makeup case. And it's heavy. There's probably just junk inside. I think it's hinged and not necessarily a twist off case. But it'll be interesting to get home and see if there is actually anything inside. See, there's the hinge. Cool. Nice piece. Look at this pretty thing that just came out. It's even got some bubbles in the glass. What a design. This little dish. I'm gonna call it a little ice cream dish. I don't think it's an ashtray because there's nowhere you can put your cigarettes. But what are the chances this was gonna pop out of there so intact? Look at that. That's a favorite find. It's got some age. Look at the bubbles in the glass there. Very cool. Good day. Another interesting buckle of some sort. I'm not really sure what's going on with this piece. I just can't believe searching for this signal for about 3 minutes. I just couldn't get it. And then I washed it off as this little circle of mud. Look what popped out. How cool is that? That's nautical at its best. Excellent. Good morning on a rainy Saturday morning. Oh, there he is. I knew I'd find him out here somewhere. That's New York City. Yeah, it's one of our neighbor bases. There's a huge ship out there. Well, we had to make a quick stop back at the house to get some waterproof clothing, but we're back at another beach that I was at the other day, and I just picked up a foreign coin. I think it's a foreign coin, or a commemorative token, I'm not really sure. I'll get a better look at it when I get home. I think it says 10 on the back. Okay, I will tell you this is one of my favorite times to get here. because during a low tide, where all this was exposed, we had a nice big rainstorm. So it just does a great, great wash and brings up anything that was just under the surface. Now that doesn't mean I'm going to find anything today, but the chances are much better. And you can see how everything just pops. Even on this side, when there's generally nothing. I believe I've seen this piece before. I think it's part of like a countryscape. Maybe there's a barn in there or something. The green reminds me of that piece, but I'm not sure what I'm looking at here. It almost looks like a cradle. Okay, something just rolled down out of here and stopped right there. What in the hector are you? Is that a piece inside of you? Are you some kind of little toy? Oh my God. I'm good. What the heck are you? He resembles at first glance a clown, but there's definitely something stuck to your head and behind you. I'm not going to try to piece you apart right now because I don't want to break anything like your nose. But you're something, I know you are. Okay, so I'm close inspecting this hill right here where again the rain washed a nice top layer of mud off, and in order to really see what's popping out, I'm on my hands and knees crawling. But I'm not putting my bare hand down, there's too much glass and my knees have cushions on them. But we've got a few things popping up already here, especially this bottle. I mean, it's not old, but the design on it is tremendous. Keeping it. Here's an old plastic toy watering can. I don't know why I'm keeping it, but I'm gonna bring it home anyway. You never know. Here's some of that Phoenix glass popping out. Another bottle here with a very cool shape to it. And some little embossing on the bottom that says Tony. I don't know. Sit you right there for a moment. And I'm gonna crawl around. Look at this little guy that just came out. It's a twist off, but I love the embossing on it and this little guy who appears to be holding a spear. It's kind of hard to make it out with all this mud, but that is a keeper. Now this really cool lid just popped out with a nice embossed design on it. And it looks in great shape. Right in there. Okay, you're coming home. Please don't have any chips. Back to searching my little spot that does very well when there's the appropriate wash. And I get all these little bits and bobs hanging out. Kind of reminds me of the Mudbagger's place, which is another great YouTube channel if you want to check it out. He has some really cool areas that pull out stuff like this. My area only happens about once every couple months where you get the right wash. And I paused here to video because I did see a coin sitting right there, which I like the color of. And I might be dying over what I'm seeing right there. That almost looks like a shield. is. It's a shield nickel. Look at this thing sitting right here, and it's in great shape. Wow, I did not expect that today. This is early 1800s. I hope I'm gonna be able to make out a date, but it's in good enough shape for me. Wow, right there. Jeez Louise. I knew I caught this bugger from afar. I saw the blue. There's a slim chance it was going to be what I'm thinking it is. And it was. I came over here and found you. A nice little marble. What are you right here? Oh, there's a bottle top. Yeah, some stuff washing up. I'm glad I have about 10 minutes left to search an area that should take me about 3 hours. Damn it. You've heard me say it before, I just absolutely love where there's enough rinse so that I can see the bottom of this little creek and enough of the moss and brown algae has wiped away so I can see everything that's sitting there. And I'm picking up 2 little brass pieces here you can see. I'm not really sure they're anything yet, but I do like finding these especially. And you can see how the colors pop a little bit better. Yep. Nothing really, but that's what we're looking for. This is the second old luck I found this week. I definitely think this one's a little bit older. I do like the designs and the color of these guys. I don't know if that says Kurgan or Kerbin, but it's got nice lettering in the front and the back. So I keep it. A couple more interesting pieces. This one in the middle here reminds me of maybe like a little tapper, a communicator. I'm not sure, but I feel like I've seen it somewhere before. Here's another interesting spot that I'm gonna have to do some sifting because I see some brass pieces collecting up on top. Do you see those 2 pieces? Put my bag down. You always gotta love something that round and that big. Now I can already see it's not a cone, but I mean a coin. I said it was a cone. It looks like, I don't know what it looks like. It looks like a washer, but that hole in the middle is really small. Do you see any writing on it? I don't, but it's suspicious because I haven't seen anything like it yet. Could just be a brass washer. What else was there? I think this is a cut piece of copper, or it could have been to something. There's a little piece of copper there. So I'm gonna guess there might be some stuff deeper in there. So I'm definitely gonna sift this out. Well, it's been a while since the bigger section of the river has had a decent wash like this too, in the river, where you can start to see little things popping up from here. That's nothing, but that could have been something. That shape had something written all over it. Old change purse with a rabbit on it. It's at least cleanable. Not just sifted out a 1 cent, and I believe that is a, yep, it's a Wheatie. 1909 to I forget. I don't know if it's 64 maybe. somewhere in that range, which is exactly the date of this dump I work in here. Not super old. It's funny how my eyes focused on this little piece of blue willow as I wanted to pick it up. And until I went to pick it up, I didn't even see this tiny little bottle next to it. Look at this guy. It's an interesting color. I don't think it's actually red. I think maybe the contents may have changed the look of the glass. But it's a cork top. It's an eyedropper. It's interesting enough. Now let's grab that piece of blue willow. Right, if I can pull this thing off it, I'll get the contents out. Yeah, I'm not gonna mess with it till I get it home. How cool is that little spot right there? Here's another one of those round showstoppers. Look at that thing in there, but there is a hole in it. There's two holes in it. Huh. Not really sure what that is. Especially with those little chips in it on the outside. That is a little confusing. I don't really know the material either. I'm going to say buttonish. And I don't know if these little chips actually belong there, but they look uniform. Huh. Maybe that's just something that goes on the inside of a cap. Am I over dramatizing this? Would you stop to pick up this little guy? So I've been sweeping with the pin pointer over the top of all this awesome wash, looking for any kind of precious metal. And look at the color of this thing popping up. Although it's not metal, I did see it. And it's a bright orange button. Cool piece. Can't miss that. Not many stones have this kind of color to it. Sometimes if it looks strange, you have to pick it up. A little bird head, goose head. I took a long walk all the way down to the end today because the low tide actually let me get here. And I just picked up this bottle. That's a twist off. It's a little on the older side for a twist off, but I do love the color and I love the shape. Where's my son? Nice amber. That's something to bring home and clean up. This looks somewhat interesting. Huh. A little chip in it, but I'm gonna bring it home anyway. Couple interesting pieces. Zipper pull. I'm not sure what this thing is, but I've seen it somewhere before. Can you spot the blue bead? It's tiny. Here we go. Almost too tiny to grab. When I grabbed it, there it is. Now, can I actually put that in my pocket? There's a nice little surprise sitting right on top, which doesn't happen often. And this one's got some style to it. Ruswin. A very fancy looking key. Sitting right on top, which means there can be more stuff sitting on top with a good wash. It's just sometimes very hard to see them. Like that little tiny piece of brass right there. Little brass clip. Looks like a tack. And oh, look at that little guy. Can you even see that? Huh. Where'd that go to? Pull this nice cobalt blue milk and magnesia bottle out of this little section here where I saw a couple of bottles on top, and I'm just sticking my hand in and feeling for bottles. Now, of course, I got a really strong glove on. I'm not going to cut myself, but that just popped out. Tide's way out. It's 3 more hours till low tide. Maybe taking a picture of it already. Getting the birds. See if I can get them chasing down. You will pick up speed in 3. Oh, you didn't need to. No, I think he's heading our way. You might be able to get a snapshot of him. What are you taking now? Clouds? Click, click. It's getting closer. Here it comes. All right, you gotta pull your camera up. Oh, look at the little, see the little duck in there? Oh no, the duck is right there. Oh, there he goes. Well, not the most magnificent boat around, but worthy of a pick anyway. Cut your weight down. Well, it took a while to dig this one, but clearly came up in the scoop, shining a little bit. That's a nice little spoon. Don't know the age of it, but got a good old look to it. I'll mark 1 up on the artifacts checklist. 2-0. Maddie over there. Okay, we're both out in the water today, challenging a water hunt. He just got a spoon, and my first really good signal, if you can see it in there, that looks a lot like another Chinese or Japanese token. Yeah, let me pull that out of there. Sure enough, that's exactly what it is. That's a great one. All right, officially on the board. Let me see if I can clean it off a little bit without dropping it back in the water. It looks better when you can dry it off. There you go. Excellent. Just pulled an interesting tiny little key out, which hopefully is going to tell me I'm in a good area, because the finds have been really scattered right now. Well, I finally got another signal, and it's looking like a coin. I just like the area I'm in, so I'm suspicious on what it's going to be. And it's a buffalo. Buffalo! In pretty decent shape for being out here this long. It's that kind of day today. It's been about an hour and a half since I last picked something up, and second target, another piece of silverware. Look how cute that is, a little baby spoon. That's pretty nice. Look at that. I might get something out of that, maybe some writing. We shall see. Get that. All right, let me take a look at that spoon real fast before you put it away. Let me see. Ouch. Yeah, that is cool. Look at the initials, EMP. It's a baby spoon. And it's really hard to see. Maybe you can make that out, but I'm pretty sure that says, does it say sterling on it? I'm going to test it for you. I think that's a sterling. You're right, I was holding it upside down. It does say sterling. That's an incredible find. This particular top of a bottle piece, I just swiped from my brother because I thought it was so absolutely cool. He found this metal detecting because what appears to be a brass pourer was made to fit this piece. Now the glass, if you can see all the bubbles in it, it's got to be middle to late 1800s. And that means this piece was possibly hand forged. You see the little lip there that fastens it for this particular bottle. So you had a pourer. How cool is that? Great, great piece.